Welcome to our latest APA Minute. I have never been so excited about an APA Minute ever. Of course, the APA annual meeting this year on the 250th is going to be at Walt Disney World at the Disney's Beach Club. So I wanted to get together some other Disney geeks to kind of talk about some ins and outs of Disney, and because it can be overwhelming, some tips, some fun, some things you should probably keep in mind, and just really how to navigate it. I'm Kaylee Pear with Paired Up Social Media, and I work with APA. And I'm going to kind of let everybody else introduce yourselves, and then let's have fun talking about Disney. Michael, you want to go
Hi,
first? Oh, go ahead, Avery.
I'm Avery, and I'm a social media manager at Paired Up.
Hi, I'm Riley. I work at Fireworks Supermarket. I'm the general manager here.
And I'm Michael Ingram with Fireworks Over America.
Yay. Okay, so I can't believe that it's already only like a little bit over a month away. And in Disney time, that means that you're cutting it close to like being able to book dining and you're being able to do everything. So it really is just kind of important for us to like talk through, okay, you don't want to just go to the Disney website and buy tickets because there are some really good deals through the convention. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about. So everything you need to know before you arrive. Those that have been to Disney, you kind of know already, like you know the drill and whatnot. But we're really talking to people who haven't been in many, many years or haven't been at all. So we're going to go through my Disney experience, our favorite restaurants, our favorite things to do, what's good to know about where we're located and where the home base is and what you can do all around there because the convention's in a really awesome spot. And then getting there and your event tickets. So getting there, guys, I don't know how you guys go about it, but I normally just Uber. I get an Uber when I land at the airport and I do that. Do you guys do anything differently or what would you suggest?
Uber.
Yeah.
I mean, you land and honestly, you can go wait for your bag and they're there within 10 minutes and it's a pretty reasonable drive and price point. So I don't think you need to make it any more complicated than that. The Mears Connect is there, but it's not as easy as it used to be when you stayed on a Disney property and they just kind of had it and you put all your luggage on there and they brought it for you. So we're staying at the Yacht and Beach Club on the beach club side of things. And this is an awesome location. Like hands down, whenever I go personally with my family, we either stay at the Dolphin or Yacht and Beach Club or one of those resorts because we just love this area and what's around there. What do you guys like about this area?
There's just a lot. It's very conveniently located. You can walk to both Epcot and Hollywood Studios. There's an entrance to both parks along the walkway there. There's also a lot of great restaurants and bars around the boardwalk. It's a gorgeous place to stay as well. Then you also have access to the Skyliner that's right outside of the Epcot entrance, and you can take the Skyliner. You could also take it to Hollywood Studios, or you can stop along at the Riviera Resort, and there's there's a coffee spot in there. The Caribbean Beach Resort is right there, and it's a gorgeous little walking trail. So there's a lot that's really close to the Yacht and Beach.
I love that you brought up the Skyliner because one of the things that I love to do if I'm not even going into the parks, so like you don't even need a park ticket for this, is I'm just going to put it out there. I really like to have like wine and drinks. So I like to bar hop from hotels. So I will take the Skyliner. And my daughter's 7 and she just loves riding the Skyliner and playing at the different resorts. So we'll go to Riviera and we'll have a drink there. She'll play on the lawn. We'll then walk over to Caribbean Beach. And I mean, we do it. And sometimes we budget like a day to do that in the pool and not even go to the park.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to do. Like so close.
Depending on what your ticket situation is, you can actually walk through Epcot and get on the monorail and technically take it all the way back to Magic Kingdom. And so, you can get all the way back to Magic Kingdom without having to take an Uber or one of the shuttles.
Yeah, the transportation there is fantastic. Like I love the ferry. Again, sometimes I'll just ride the ferry around, and you can walk to all the different parks. So I think it's a really nice spot. And the restaurants that you have at your fingertips in this location is my favorite restaurant is at the boardwalk, which is Flying Fish. I'm only telling you that now because I've already booked my reservation, so I don't have to like lose that. But Flying Fish is my favorite, and that's not in the park either. It's right across a ferry ride from or walkable from the hotel on the other side of the boardwalk.
I think it's worth noting too that both of our events are going to be within walking distance. So the Wednesday night event is going to be in Epcot, and then the Friday night event is going to be out on the boardwalk. Both of which will have spectacular fireworks shows put on by Disney. So, I mean, it doesn't get any more magical than that.
Yeah, if you look at this map, which is, I'm really sorry, it is the best I could do with this map. It was really special. But if you look at where the yacht, where it says yacht on there next to the beach club, right at that indent where you see the water and the word yacht is where the Friday night event will be out on the boardwalk there. And then our actual, where your rooms are going to be is where it says beach. And if you walk out from there to the black line, that's the entrance to Epcot right there. So the Wednesday night event is so close to the exit of our hotel. Like you're not having to walk very far if you're staying at the beach club. If you're staying at the Swan Reserve is over by where it says Dolphin and Swan. It's on the other side of where World Drive is. But again, it's not far. It looks like it might be really, really far, but it's not. But if you're staying on the beach side of things, it's like no joke, a 2-minute walk to the entrance of Epcot. Okay, so let's go on to the next thing where, Disney's not one of those where I love one of the things that's great about APA and a lot of people on my team who are going this year that haven't gone before is like, how do we like set up dinners with our, friends and people that are going to be there? And it's like, well, normally it's kind of like last minute, like you're like, hey, do you guys want to go get dinner or whatnot? Disney's not really easy at doing that. You kind of have to have the My Disney Experience app downloaded. So that's one thing us as a group we really want to talk about is like downloading that app and what to do with that app before you get there. So I mean, I'll kind of leave it open, and if anybody wants to jump in and kind of talk about, what you need.
I think the most important thing is that everybody's made their hotel reservations already because the room block is completely sold out. So I know that all the members have made their reservations. So I think the first step that you need to do before you even buy tickets is you need to make sure that you have the My Disney Experience app downloaded on your phone, obviously an account created to go online, and you need to link your hotel reservation to your My Disney Experience account. And then from there, after that, I would suggest going to the APA website and purchasing your tickets. You definitely want to purchase your tickets through the APA website because you're going to get a 20% discount. And, Disney theme park tickets are not cheap, and that 20% is a big deal. So step one, I think, is to make sure you have the app. Step two is link your hotel reservations to your app. And then step three is we can get into all the ticket options, which there is a lot to talk about there.
Yeah, so I wanted to throw these up, and I'm sorry I went all over the place, but this right here is if you want to purchase the tickets through the APA and the discount, you kind of go about it a different way than you would normally do it. So you would go to your reservation of where, like the resort reservation, and below where it says your resort confirmation number and who the guests are, there is a special meeting and convention tickets that I have circled in red. You click that, and that takes you to where then you can purchase the tickets, the 4 p.m. and the special pricing that they have. Now, once you're done doing that, going to the My Disney Experience, let's go ahead and add this. I'm going to remove this guy to the stage. Hold on, I've got a whole lot going on here. This is how My Disney Experience. So when we say this is what it looks like. So this is mine. So when you create your My Disney Experience with your email and your password, then you're going to come in here and you're going to go to the resort and you're going to link reservation. So when you click link reservation, the confirmation number that is on here in your reservation details is what you're going to put in this box with your last name. And once you do that, it will link it, and your tickets will be taken, or your resort will be taken care of. The same thing needs to happen with your tickets. Once you get the confirmation with your tickets, you're going to go to, I'm going to go back. My Disney Experience, Kaylee's Plans and Tickets, which will be your own. Link your park tickets there. You'll put in the confirmation code and your last name. And then again, your tickets will be linked. It's a very simple process once you have the My Disney Experience and all of that. So I kind of wanted to just to show that briefly. So let's, kind of move on to the next thing. Oh, lightning lane. I want to talk about lightning lanes with you guys. Lightning lanes are kind of a must, right?
Yes.
Totally changes the experience. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It really does.
if you're going to go on a ride, if you're not going to go on rides, then don't worry about it. But if you're going to go on rides, it's a must. And I mean, we're talking what? Ride time sometimes could be 130 minutes or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would recommend that you, because there's several different lightning lane options now. They've changed it up a bit over the past couple of years, and so if you're going to go to the park several days, you can do the multi-pass and the single day. I would do that every day that you go to the park, and then I would pick one day and do the premier pass. And I guess we should break down what they all are. But the multi-pass basically gives you, I believe it's access to 3 lightning lanes. And then the single lane pass is not available on the multi-pass, but only available for like your premier rides, like a Tron in Magic Kingdom. And so I think that it's best because I believe it's like $20 or $30 for each of them. So it's going to add probably $50 to your ticket each day. But to have both of those is going to give you 5 lightning lanes. And then we can get into what rope dropping is. But if you can rope drop in the morning and hit all of what you want to hit early on without using your lightning lanes and save your lightning lanes for later in the day, because usually what happens is Disney swells up in the afternoon and you just become in a gridlock situation. So like we try to do everything early in the morning without using our lightning lanes, and we save them into the afternoon to where we can, do what we want.
Yeah, lightning lane prices, they are like subject to like how many park reservations are that day. So I'm guessing like, it could be like $30 for Magic Kingdom per person. But that I'm just throwing out a number because it really is when you get in there to buy them. And because we're staying on property, you can buy them 7 days out at 6 o'clock in the morning Central Time. So that's 7 a.m. Eastern Time. I believe that's correct. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I think so. I was looking to see, because like right now, I think you can buy them and they're coming in at you can't buy them yet. We can't, but I was just looking at the multi-pass, and right now it's about $25-$30.
Okay.
And so, yeah, definitely, but it fluctuates daily. And then the single pass, which is going to give you access to those premier rides, is, I believe it's like $18-$20. I think it adds it's somewhere around average about $50 a day to your ticket. But again, it's one of those things, like if you're going to do Disney, I think it's a must. I think you got to do it. And then the premier pass is fantastic. It's expensive. It's like $400 per ticket, but it gives you a lightning lane to every single attraction in the park. Plus it is available if you're using Park Hopper too. So you can literally have a day where you don't have to worry about lines at all. So that's nice.
That's nice because I mean, the lightning lane, situation without the premier pass, it's great because you're going to skip a whole bunch of lines, but you got to constantly be like, okay, at this time we're going to be here. And then when we're in line, we got to find a new ride. That's another thing is once you use one of your lightning lanes, if you do the multi-pass, you have to, while you're in line, go find the next available one. And I'm telling you, like Ratatouille, and some of the bigger rides, they're not going to be available anymore because they're like a 7-day out type situation. So I mean, it sounds pretty complicated, but it's not. But just do it. Do it. Lightning lanes are going to be huge.
Yeah, and I would assign a point person to your group and make sure that that person is running the app and has a backup battery, because you want one person in control, because they're going to know what's going on. And I say that as the dad of 2 girls and my wife, and they're all going crazy, and so dad's just trying to keep everybody calm. And so, like, whenever we check into our lightning lanes, I'm immediately looking at what the next available lightning lane is. And so, it's somewhat sounds chaotic, but it's actually, once you get to use the app, it's pretty slick.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, the app is so user friendly, but it does burn your battery. So you're right. It's like
bring it back to battery for sure.
Okay, so event ticket versus park ticket. And this is one thing that, we really wanted to make sure people understood when you needed a separate ticket and when you didn't. Michael, do you kind of want to go into that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, your APA event ticket is not a park ticket, I do not believe. I believe that Epcot, the night of the Epcot event, I think that you don't have to have a park ticket to get in for that event. I believe that, and again, I know that Julie's still working on this to confirm the details, but it's my understanding that we're going to get escorted in before the park closes to a specific location to be determined. I've heard some rumors out there, like maybe Soarin', maybe another attraction, and that's going to be kind of our home base as we have it's really kind of like a dessert reception. And then the park at Epcot closes at 9, and we got to wait until they clear everybody out of the park before they do what is, to my understanding, a private fireworks show for just the APA, which is fantastic. Like, I mean, if that is truly what's going down, I mean, I am super stoked because, I mean, I think that Disney does a remarkable job with their fireworks. And I can only imagine what they have planned for us at Epcot. So, yeah, but your event ticket for both Wednesday night and Friday night are not associated with your park tickets.
So the one thing that Julie was kind of explaining to me the other day is that, so you'll be escorted in at 8:00, but you can't leave. Like, it's not like you get escorted in and you can go over to like England and go do whatever. Like, you got to stay with the group wherever that said place that we're still trying to figure out is. Now, if you want to go in at 4:00, you can get that 4:00 park ticket. That's extra. And then you guys can go in and do whatever you want and then just meet in those areas around 8:00 for that dessert reception and do all that. So, but that would imply that you would need a Disney park ticket that's in after 4:00 or in after 2:00 or whatever you plan to do. There's so many different options, which I think is awesome. That you can purchase a 2:00 and after or 4:00 and after. I think that was really cool. They did that for the convention.
Yeah.
Agree. Wednesday's going to be a really, really cool night.
Yeah. And these are some of the events. We're going to move past this pretty quick, but if you haven't booked them yet, they're going to be awesome. The welcome reception at Beach Club. Some of the things that we can talk about is that Mickey and Minnie are going to be there at the reception taking photos, and it's going to be a family friendly kickoff. So that's going to be a really fun one. Stars Over America, the dessert party, that one. I mean, Michael, you just kind of said, kind of a tidbit of what may happen. There's some talk. They're trying to do some special stuff for us that they haven't released yet. So we're kind of excited to hear what that is. And then the grand finale, that's going to be dinner and fireworks at the Yacht Beach Club. And I do believe there's some talk of having a few more characters out there at that. And we're trying to finalize the timing of the fireworks for that. But
yeah, it seems like there's going to be a princess party on Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be really, really fun. This PowerPoint is also going to be on the APA's website separately that you can go back and look at. So we don't need to kind of go through everything. I showed you kind of how to buy the convention rate tickets. If you want, the link is right there on the side of the screen to go directly to this, which is where you can do all of that. but that's the link. You're going to scroll to the bottom. You're going to pick the type of ticket that you want, and then you're going to book it. Here's the ticket prices that are just for APA and who is going as to the annual meeting itself. You do have to book before September 29th. So it's not something like, hey, you're deciding to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday with the fam and you're waiting. If you wait too long to book these prices will not be available to you anymore. So planning ahead for Disney is a really good idea. Good to know. Bring your family, dress for Florida. It is going to be hot. I have gone this exact week twice in the past, and I am melting. So we were just talking about this in my team meeting about what we're wearing, and I have some cute, really Disney themed Etsy outfits that I bought. If you want to talk, girl talk, Michael. Sorry. Like what you guys like to wear when you go to Disney. I do think people are going to ask about this. So
you gotta get your ears.
Oh my God.
You gotta have your ears.
I'm in sweatpants, so don't make fun of me.
Oh, she has the ear display.
Okay, I'm gonna put on my ears too now that
we can put on our ears.
I got a whole rack.
Yeah. I left most of mine at home, but I did bring these. These are my favorite.
Yeah. So here's light colored clothing, short sleeves, walking. Okay. APA, you already kind of walk a lot to go from convention meeting rooms to Vegas. We walk constantly. I feel like my feet are dying, but this is a whole nother level. So bring comfortable shoes.
Yeah. Those of you that wear smartwatches, you're going to get, if you're really doing it, you're going to get 20,000 plus steps in a day. No problem.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
We talked a little bit about the app, but I just want to highlight the usefulness of the app. So when you link your hotel reservation and your tickets, that's going to be really useful. But then you can start booking your dining reservations. And then once you get, and your lighting lanes that we touched on. But once you get to the resort, there's also some mobile food options right in the Yacht and Beach Club. There's also a deli shop, some other just quick bites to eat around the boardwalk. That the app will be useful for not only ordering your food, but also there will be a local map of your resort, of the surrounding area. It'll show you what food options are near to you. If you do know that you're going to plan to go into Epcot, it'll show you all the different food options when they open. A lot of times the menu. So if you have picky eaters, that'll help you a lot with your planning just as the day goes on. I'm trying to think of, it'll show you what transportation is nearby to you, whether it's buses, Skyliner, boats, walkways. It's just going to be your go-to guide for anything while you're there and then planning wise.
This guy is really finicky, so I'm really sorry that I keep kind of throwing these things up there. But I wanted to help you because I had it pulled up to show while you were talking some of the different. So I just put party of 4 at the Epcot resort destinations, which is all of what's walkable to us. This Beaches and Cream soda shop is so cute. It's basically you can get a reservation it's in the beach club. It's right by the pool. So a lot of the times we'll go in there, grab food, and then go to the pool. There is also something there. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but it's this big
kitchen sink.
The kitchen sink. And if you finish it, you get something.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never done it, but I've seen it every time I go.
Mm-hmm.
Like this. You have to finish this, all of it. So good luck with that. I'm going to challenge somebody at the at the meeting to do this, and I want to see how it goes afterward. For sure. Also, this one right here, just figured we'd throw up some of these. This right here is my favorite character dining at Disney World, period. It's my favorite over Chef Mickey's, Ohana, any of them. It is the Cape May Cafe, and it is the Minnie's Beach Bash breakfast, and it's got Minnie, Mickey, Goofy, Daisy, and Donald, and they're all in beachwear, and they have a beach party, and the kids get to dance with them and go do a dance party, and it's got great food, and it's right in our hotel. So I'm really excited because I always go out of my way to go here. And so if you have kids, this is definitely something to check out. And honestly, if you don't have kids, it's still like a really good time. I have fun with the beach party. This is the flying fish that I was talking about earlier. That's my favorite. Hold on, let's pull it up full screen. It's like a seafood spot. It's really nice. It's more of like a nicer, sit down, more upscale dining. But on like our daughter goes with us every single time. Our family goes with us. I'm just trying to think.
Disney Springs outside is probably worth chatting about. Just as an area that's all about, basically things to do at nighttime. It's not only dining, but there's all sorts of other, like arcades, things to do for the kids in the evening time. That is a really, really cool place to go just at nighttime. That you might want to get on. And if you're looking at reservations, I would check Disney Springs now to try to secure some of the most popular places. I think that, as Kaylee said, and Riley, the dining is extremely important, because I know how our crew is at APA. It's like we do everything last minute. You cannot do that here, or you will not get a good spot. And so I would download the app and just start playing around with it, at nighttime when you're not doing anything, or right before bed, and seeing what they have available, and start to, get with your friends and family and get some reservations on the books, or else you'll have a hard time getting a place to eat.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought up like things, the entertainment, Michael, because at the boardwalk right across from our hotel, so like this picture will be the view from our boardwalk to that boardwalk, and it's right across the pond. They have all kinds of stuff going on out there. They have games. It's basically like a big carnival where you can do like carnival games. They have like variety act performers that like get on like stilts and they walk around and they throw stuff. That's at night, and the kids can run around, and there's art shows, and there's just so much to do out there. So I was completely blanking on that, but it's very much like Atlantic City, like it says in that description. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
There is a couple things going on while we're there. They got the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which is Magic Kingdom, and that's the week we're there. It's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, depending on if you're going early or staying late. And that's at Magic Kingdom. I've never been. Riley has. She thinks it's fantastic. I've heard it's fantastic. Park closes at 6 at Magic Kingdom, and you have to have a separate ticket to go. But I thought that would be worth mentioning.
I went last year, and it was so fun. I loved it.
It's really a must do.
Yeah.
But it's $189 a person. So
it is, but they closed it. You can go in at 4:00, I believe, while your guests are there with your ticket to the party, and you can do rides. So as soon as everyone's leaving, as the party starts, everything starts to clear out, and it's really you want a fun Halloween experience, but you get to ride more rides. So you can forego the lightning lane that day and just say, hey, we're going to go to the Mickey's Not So Scary and get a lot of candy. And I will tell you, don't make the mistake that we made in the past where we're like, oh, we want to go get in line to be with this character and this character, because sometimes those lines are 2 hours long, and that's not a joke. So make sure you just know that if you get in a line for a character, you better really like that character. All right. You better really like it. Also, what's going on at Epcot too is the Epcot Food and Wine Festival right now. So there's all these booths set up around the World Showcase that aren't normally there, that have food from those countries and drinks from those countries. And there is a scavenger hunt you can do around the World Showcase for kids. That is, I don't know if it's still the Ratatouille one, but it's where you have to find the stickers, or where's Remy? Find Remy in the different countries. So then if you're like, hey, as adults, we want to go to these countries, and your kids are like, okay, I don't really care. Well, they can go find Remy in those countries, and it gives them something to do. And at the end of it, you get a prize. So if you get all of the stickers on there, you go to this, you go to the store that's at the top of the showcase and they give you a prize. So that's pretty cool too. I'm trying to think, is there anything else, guys, that you can think of?
I mean, if we want to get into like talking about like your perfect day at Disney and how we would go about doing it, I'm happy to explain like what I would do.
Let's do it. I love that.
Yeah. So, because this is when I think strategy comes into play, and like if you know how like my family would do it, it might help you plan your day. And so if we do the park hopper, which allows us to go into a park in the morning, we're going to rope drop, which is typically at 8:30. I believe that Monday and Tuesday in some parks it's at 7:30. You'd want to look. And so what we usually do is like if we're going to do Magic Kingdom, we'll rope drop at 8:30. And what rope dropping is it gets you early entrance to the park. They allow all the people to go up to a certain point in the park, and they literally have a rope, and you cannot go farther and past that rope. And then at 8:30, they drop the rope, and it basically gives you free run at the rides. And so we literally start sprinting. And so if we're going to go Magic Kingdom and we're rope dropping, we're going to probably not be able to knock out a couple of rides right out of the gate without waiting in line that morning. So we would do Tron, we would do Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, you might do Big Thunder Railroad. You try to knock as many as you can out, and then you would, as soon as you're checked into the park, you can book your first lightning lane. So as we're running, I'm usually booking my first lightning lane. So once we finish up and it starts to back up to where we don't want to wait in line anymore, I'll start to use that first lightning lane. And then, we'll usually go through the multi-pass and one of the paid passes at Magic Kingdom. So maybe you do a Tron again, or, you've got Space Mountain, Tierras. Yeah, there's all the different rides. And then we would park hop over to Hollywood Studios. I love to spend the afternoon at Hollywood Studios because they have adult beverages. Magic Kingdom, there are no adult beverages. So if you're going to park hop, you always want to park hop to Epcot or Hollywood Studios in the afternoon. So we would park hop to Hollywood Studios in the afternoon, and that's where you can get into, if you're going to use your single lane passes over there, you can do Rise of the Resistance. I don't know if Slinky Dog's on there or not, but that's always a good one. People love the Slinky Dog, but Hollywood Studios is a great park to do in the afternoon. One thing I would mention, if you're going to rope drop Animal Kingdom, I would definitely rope drop Animal Kingdom because it is an awesome park to go to early in the morning. You can rope drop Avatar and then lightning lane the safari like first thing, because the safari is so cool as the animals are all waking up in the morning. And I believe that's when you can do it 7:30 in the morning. I love that park in the morning. And once it starts to get hot, we usually just park hop over to, one of the other parks. So, I mean, that's kind of like my perfect day without getting too much into the details. Just a little tidbit of information for y'all.
Perfect. Now, Avery and Riley, I think, you guys kind of giving your perspective as well. He gave a good family side of it, kind of go into some other tips or of how you guys would go about your day.
I can do my perfect day during this time. So I know I would start at Epcot, rope drop Epcot, immediately go to Guardians of the Galaxy. That's like my favorite ride in all of Disney. So do that, ride some other ones like Test Track and all the things, Soarin'. Then I would start going around the world eating. I like Chef's de France is like one of my favorite restaurants there. But drinking around the world, eating, doing all that stuff. And then I don't think you need a park hopper if you are doing Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So then I would leave Epcot in the afternoon, go there. I loved that last year. It was literally so much fun. I think the best part about it is that they have little like special additions to rides, like Space Mountain. I won't tell you what it is, but whenever I went on it, I was like shocked of what they did. So they have a few rides that have special like Halloween effects, I guess. I like to eat at Be Our Guest or Cinderella's Royal Table because I'm a big princess girl. And I love the fireworks. I will make my family stand and wait for the fireworks. I've made them wait for 2 hours before. So I'm crazy about the fireworks. But yeah, during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, I would definitely start in Epcot and then go later to Magic Kingdom because I don't think you need a park hopper pass. So yeah.
Perfect. That gave me a couple ideas. So I will share mine after Riley, but I'm gonna have Riley go first.
Okay, I have a lot of different scenarios that would be a perfect day to me, but I'll give a bit of a different day. So the great thing about staying at Yacht Beach is the boardwalk area and all of the access that you have to the walkways. So I'm a runner, so I would probably start my day running around the boardwalk. You can run down to Hollywood, and it's just very peaceful. Usually the boats have started running, and it's just a gorgeous, peaceful experience. So I'd probably start off with a run. Disney days are usually very packed, so if I can secure some lightning lanes, I'm okay with starting off my morning a little bit on the slower side. I'd probably walk over to Cake Bake. It's also on the boardwalk, and it has some of the best coffee. I'm a big coffee person. They've also got they have cake, and then some like breakfast type items. So I'd probably get some coffee. I'd take the Skyliner to Hollywood, and maybe hit a couple of rides in Hollywood. I know they just redid Rock and Roller Coaster, and I haven't got to ride that yet. So I'd love to go ride Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror. And then I'd probably take the Skyliner back to Epcot and start making my way around the world. And I think I love having dining reservations for dinner. But if you wanted to just take, bites around the world, you could definitely make a meal out of just trying the different stands at each country and then the different drinks. I'd probably make my way around the world. And then Guardians of the Galaxy is also my favorite ride. So I would have to get on Guardians of the Galaxy at some point as well. But there's also a lot of great little sit down bars throughout both Hollywood and Epcot. So I'd probably try to make my way into one of those. And it's nice to be able to sit down for a little bit and relax and then kind of get up and get back after it. And then I'm with Avery. The fireworks at Magic Kingdom are it's my favorite. I love it so much. And then during Mickey's Not So Scary, there's a special Halloween fireworks show. So that would be a good bonus, getting to see that show. So there's my day. Kaylee, if you want to.
Awesome. Well, okay. So a couple of different things that we haven't touched on yet that I actually did the first time in December was the VIP tour. I don't know if any of you guys have done a VIP tour. But if you can't, they're extremely expensive, but they allow 10 people. So you could split it up and, have a couple of different families or friends go and kind of split the pricing, and it makes it a little bit better. But doing a VIP tour is a great idea because it is very much like, a super powered lightning lane where you have a Disney representative that drives you. They pick you up from your resort, or you can meet them to save the time. And then they drive you give them an itinerary of like what you would want to do, like what your must-haves are. And they give you behind the scenes of Disney, how things were built, what things are going on. They walk you to the front of the line every time. So they will drive you in the back. Like you don't even go in the front of the park. Like let's say you're going to Magic Kingdom and your priority is Tron, Seven Doors, or I always say Seven Doors because there's a restaurant here that's called Seven Doors. Or, you're going to Epcot and you really want to do Guardians. I mean, I'm talking, they drive you to the back of that ride and you walk in the side and you really get to see some cool stuff, and you can go on those rides as many times as you want. So if Guardians is it, I would suggest that like 3 is like a max before you start to feel a little weird in a row, but you can go on those rides as many times as you want. So it's really neat. They stop, they have lunch. They tell you all the stuff. It's really, really neat. They escort you through. It's a very VIP type feel. So if you like that kind of stuff, I would definitely check it out. Again, it is extremely pricey. So we did it with several families. So it made it a little bit more manageable for us. In regards to like going to each park, I want to highlight a couple things like Magic Kingdom. Even if you don't get to Magic Kingdom, going to the fireworks, California Grill is one of the coolest restaurants. If you can get a reservation for within an hour and a half of fireworks, their meal takes long enough to where you get a full view of Magic Kingdom, and they put the lights down and they play the music, and it is up top looking down at the Magic Kingdom fireworks, and it is insane. So California Grill is something to look at. It's in the Contemporary Hotel. So even if you don't have a park ticket, it's like, hey, make a reservation and you get a first class fireworks experience for that day from Magic Kingdom. Now, if I'm in the park, I have to agree with Avery. I really like Cinderella's Royal Table. Even if you don't really care about the princesses, the steak is phenomenal and the drinks are great, and it's just cool to be inside the castle. I will say I've done it during fireworks and not during fireworks, and I would prefer to not do it during fireworks. You would think that would be really cool, but you really can't see anything, and it's really loud, and they kind of stop everything during that time. So I kind of feel like the time we went when they weren't during fireworks was the better experience. My favorite ride at Magic Kingdom is Tron. That is next level, amazing. A kid non-ride that I feel like is really underrated, and I won't tell you why if you've never been there, but Enchanted Tales with Belle is one of my favorite experiences at Magic Kingdom. I won't tell you why, just make sure to not jump on it. It looks like it's not a big deal, but it's really cool, especially if you have kids. Epcot is my favorite park, period. Number one. I love it because I love the World Showcase. I love that in each country, the people working in the country are from that country. They are hired from there, or they are doing the Disney college experience, and they're there and they speak the language, and it makes you really feel like you're in those countries. My favorite restaurant there is going to be, if you're wanting to view fireworks, is the Rose and Crown, because you can sit out on the patio and you can get Luminous, a really great seat for that. Also, there's a Japanese restaurant that I really like, and it's up the stairs. And if you come out on their balcony, you can watch it. I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to try to think of it. But what is it?
Is it Takumi Thai?
Yes. Okay, that's it. That's a great restaurant. And again, there's no real view of the fire. I mean, there's a few seats you can see the fireworks, but if you time it to where you come out, you can stand on their balcony and see them. It's just phenomenal. Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite ride at Disney World, period, just like everybody else. Make sure to do that. Also, if you have a little boy, the Galaxy, I think it's Galaxy 260. Correct me if please. You go in and you go up into space to eat, and it's different. So check that out if you can. That's at Epcot as well. And then Hollywood Studios, I really like that park, but it's not necessarily my favorite. But Slinky Dog Dash is the bee's knees. Like, I love that ride. So Slinky Dog Dash is great, and we love eating at the Brown Derby. They have
gosh, I love that place.
Yeah. So the Brown Derby Lounge or the Brown Derby Restaurant, you can't go wrong either way. So both are great. They're both in a great like central location. I'm trying to think. I really don't do a lot at Hollywood Studios. Animal Kingdom. I like Animal Kingdom for the safari and what we call Broken Ride, which is at Expedition Everest. My daughter has called it Broken Ride since she was 4, so that's what we call it. And if you've been on it, you know that it's broken. So, but that ride and the safari is the best. Otherwise, I don't really go there to eat or do anything else. So we don't normally go to that park unless it's, we're kind of just chilling. But yeah, I mean, I think pretty much I do Disney very differently because we go so often. I don't ever I don't go at the beginning of the day. I usually don't get to Disney until about 10:30 unless I'm forced to, because Guardians of the Galaxy ride time is that. I usually try to go for a couple hours and then I go back to the hotel. I like to be very chill. I'm not a rope drop.
Yeah. The difference between our families, my wife, which you'll soon learn, is we're rope dropping every morning and we're going 110 miles an hour. And I mean, so we'll go back in the afternoons and chill and let the kids hang by the pool and all that. But my experience has been very different than Riley's experience. And so actually, I get there on Sunday, and which is a few days before my family gets there. And so I'm going to get to experience the way that Riley goes to Disney, which I'm looking forward to that, because I'll tell you, it's exhausting.
I'm getting there Sunday too, ahead of everybody else as well. So I would love to experience Riley's as well. So let's
involve all the bars.
I've never ever been to Disney and used the word chill in my life or cheap.
It'll be great.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up cake bake, because I forgot about that, since it was so new and it's always booked up, but it's got great champagne too.
Yes. Yeah, you can sit down and eat, or you can just walk in and get cake or champagne or coffee. So it's awesome. It's very cute. Very cute vibes.
Yeah, my sister-in-law likes to rope drop. So Michael, I get it.
Yeah.
And my best friend, so we just went with my best friend from college in May, and they hadn't been in a while, and she's also rope dropped. So she was like, Kaylee, I'm just going to put it out there. Here's our itinerary. I know that I know you won't be there until about 10:30. And I was like, thank you so much.
Usually what happens is because we usually go with friends as well. And what ends up happening is we tell them exactly what we're going to do. And I don't think they take us seriously. And then what ends up happening is we just leave them, and they're just gone. And they end up wandering around, and they don't get their lightning lanes, and they're having to wait in lines for a couple hours, and they're frustrated. And so, I mean, it works. It's but we're not season ticket holders like y'all. And so, I mean, Riley is literally going, I don't even know what, like 8 times a year at least, maybe more than that.
Yeah, 6, 7.
I love it.
Yeah. So we're good for, I mean, we're going like once a year, which is still obscene. But like, when we go, we're packing a lot into a small time frame. So,
Michael, have you stayed at the Yacht Beach Club yet?
Yeah, so I have, because we've actually had conferences there before. APA has. So the membership's actually fairly familiar with the Yacht Beach Club. That being said, it has changed a lot since our last conference was there. And there is so much more to do, and much more accessibility than the last time we were there. So I think it's a great spot for our crew. And it's going to be an amazing conference. I know Disney's excited to have us back. They are as most people know, but maybe some people don't know. Disney's an APA member, and they are very excited to have us there and kind of show out and showcase their fireworks. I mean, as you all said, the fireworks are amazing. I love the fireworks. They get better every year. I mean, Disney's done an amazing job. Disney's done an amazing job innovating on their fireworks shows and their experiences. I have not seen the new Epcot show. It's my understanding that they've just retooled it recently. And so I'm super excited to see what they do on Wednesday night.
Honestly, like the Luminous, I like cried, because I mean, Happily Ever After has always every time I cry. Like I'm some weirdo, I cry, and that is the way it is. And the show before Luminous, I just was like, I'm not here for this. But this one, it is really, really good. And I think they took a page from, the Happily Ever After. Riley, have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen bits of it, not the full thing, but it's amazing. Yeah.
It's really cool. Just, the one tip I would say is like, make sure like it's not the same as like Magic Kingdom, where you can be in different parts of the park and view it. You because of, what types of fireworks and their fountains and the lights and stuff like that, you can't really be far away, and you can see parts of it from our hotel, but like, don't plan on that being your main viewing source, of at least Luminous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's go tomorrow.
Are Are people going to watch this entire episode? We've been on here for 50 minutes.
You never know.
I'm sure we can keep going too.
You're going to have to do some analytics on who watches this entire episode.
Yeah.
And those are the rock stars of APA.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I have been on the Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster.
Is it good?
It's so good. It is
Really? I've been nervous.
No, don't be nervous. Don't be
I
nervous.
just loved Rock and Roller Coaster, the Aerosmith version, so much.
So did my husband was like very like, I'm not sure. And we were randomly at Disney when they announced the annual pass like ride. So we just like hopped over to Hollywood Studios and did it.
Yeah.
And we all loved it. Like it's exactly,
that's
it's pretty
good.
much the same, but their theming was phenomenal. I thought that they maybe would be kind of little, half on it, but they did a good job.
Oh, good.
Now the Soarin', like special Soarin' that they've done, I got my own feelings on that.
Really? They did a 250th special Soarin', right?
Yeah, my husband loved it. I, on the other hand, was a little disappointed, but that's because my standards are high. All right.
Yeah.
People will probably like it.
Well,
But anyway, yeah, it has been 51 minutes. I want to thank you guys so much for, doing this with me today. And we're so excited to see everybody at the APA conference. And, we're going to cut this up as well into smaller, segments and send this out. But this video is also going to be on the website. The PowerPoint will be on the website. And make sure you do things early, right, guys? Early.
yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
See you soon.